Are you an achievement hunter? Do you go for 100% completion in every video game? Achievement hunting really blew up during the 7th console generation, thanks to the achievement system on the Xbox 360 and the trophies in the PS3. Now, this system was expanded upon in the 8th gen, and it continues to this day. But what are the hardest achievements ever? What are the achievements that nobody got? Well, that's what we're going to look into today. Welcome to the page. Welcome to Chaos Gaming. Do me a favor, drop a like, make sure you're subbed with your notifications on. You'll get an achievement if you ring that bell. And we're going to go over some achievements that were so hard. Some people say they were impossible. You let me know if you ever unlocked any of these impossible achievements. And here we go. First up is seriously in Gears of War. Now, you're going to be seeing quite a few multiplayer achievements on this list because back in the early days of the 360, a lot of developers seemed to think that they were a good idea. Here's a news flash. Multiplayer achievements are not a good idea. Little ones here and there are fine, but stuff like this was too much. Seriously was an achievement in the original Gears of War. It required you to get 10,000 kills in ranked multiplayer matches. Now, aside from this being an absurd feat for even passionate fans, it's literally impossible to get this now because how many people are actually playing ranked multiplayer in the original Gears of War? Nobody. Next up is Main 11 in Wolfenstein 2. Now, the new Wolfenstein games are not easy. They're not impossible, but they're going to take some trial and error. So it shouldn't be super shocking that this achievement in Part 2 has a shocking 0.01 completion rate according to Microsoft's achievement trackers. It requires you to first finish the campaign on any difficulty. Not too hard to do, right? Then, this will unlock a final difficulty mode called Main 11, which is the hardest difficulty in the game, and you get 1 life. Now, on the hardest difficulty, enemies can kill you instantly, and if you don't do a ton of recon to figure out where everybody is before you start the fight, you're done. So good luck finishing this entire game without dying once. Like I said, 0.01 completion rate. That's absurd. At number 8, number 1 in Quake 4. We're back to the multiplayer achievements. Quake 4 was one of the launch titles for the 360 and was meant to be one of the main draws of the console for multiplayer fans, at least until Halo 3 came along. This game was a pretty big departure from the Quake formula, but it was still a solid product, and since Quake is a multiplayer-heavy franchise, there's a lot of MP achievements. Perhaps the hardest one was simply called Number 1. It required you to get a number 1 rank on the leaderboard. Now, for a while, there was an exploit that allowed you to actually cheese your XP in order to get this without really working for it, but after that was fixed, it was a humongous grind, and now it's pretty much impossible because the game is 15 years old and nobody is playing it on 360. Or maybe they are. I don't know. I haven't been on it in a while. A long time. Next up is the Inhuman in Guitar Hero 3. Through the Fire and Flames. Man, it's one of the most infamous songs in any Guitar Hero game. I mean, the song is pretty good, and the Dragon Force is an incredibly talented game, but everybody who played Guitar Hero 3 knows how tough this is. It plays during the credits of the single-player campaign, and it's dramatically harder than every other song in the game. It's not even close. Now, in order to unlock the Inhuman achievement, you simply have to finish Through the Fire and Flames on Expert Mode in Quick Play without failing. It's easy. No cheats, no exploits, just you and Dragon Force. Now, according to TrueAchievements.com, just 2.5% of Guitar Hero 3 players ever unlocked it. Now, for most of us, Through the Fire and Flames was that one song we would never actually attempt because we knew we weren't good enough. We'd give it a go every few weeks, but then give up after 30 seconds. So, hats off to any of you that actually managed to get through this thing. World Champion in Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter. One of the most infamous achievements in gaming history. World Champion is one of the reasons why people largely hate multiplayer achievements. Advanced Warfighter was a great game and one of the most underrated on the 360, but some of the multiplayer achievements were unreasonable. Case in point, World Champion. To get this one, you literally had to get number 1 on the global leaderboards. You literally had to be the world champion. And what was your prize? 40 gamer score. Now, some people actually managed to get lucky with leaderboard resets, but as for the rest of us, we're never ever unlocking this thing. And according to TrueAchievements.com, less than 1% of players ever got it. At number 5, Urban Battle in Need for Speed Carbon. Does anybody remember this game? Released 14 years ago, it's one of the upper tier Need for Speed games if you ask me, and just like many other early Xbox 360 games, it had some dumb achievements. Urban Battle was easily the hardest, but not for reasons you might think. The description was simple. Win 50 free roam challenges in career mode. Okay, alright. So why was the achievement unlocked by less than 1% of gamers? Well, it was glitched. Need for Speed Carbon was rushed out the door in order to hit deadlines and get early Xbox 360 sales, which led to quite a few bugs, and here it is. The achievement never worked. A few people managed to get it by hacking the game, but if you were playing legit, Urban Battle is literally impossible to unlock. I don't know about you, but I think it belongs in a video like this, right? At number 4, Stampers Forever and Rare Replay. This is a fantastic game and one of the best Xbox One exclusives ever. It was a collection of 30 games developed by Rare, including Perfect Dark, Banjo-Kazooie, Conker's Bad Fur Day, and a lot more for $30. But with all that content, you knew there was going to be some insane achievements, and Stampers Forever was the most insane of them all. So, throughout Rare Replay, the game gives you stamps for completing different challenges in each game. In order to get Stampers Forever, you had to get the rarest stamp in the game, which would require hundreds and hundreds of hours of gameplay and challenge completion. You had to complete every game and do a series of challenges in each one. And as of the recording of this video, less than 1% of Rare Replay owners managed to pull it off. Were you one of them? At number 3, Mr. Know-It-All in Command & Conquer 3. Now this achievement was a troll. When you turn on the game for the first time, it will often make you do a tutorial, and then it will never make you do it again. Well, Mr. Know-It-All was an achievement in Command & Conquer 3 that you literally had one chance to complete, and if you screwed it up, you missed your shot forever. You have to start the game up for the very first time, skip the opening tutorial, and for the prompt to do so is only for a limited time. If you don't skip the tutorial, you don't get the achievement on the account. It has to be done during the first time running the game, and thankfully it's worth 0 gamer score, so you can still get that 1,000 score after missing this one, but for being such a troll achievement, it gets the number 3 spot today. I mean, a one-time only achievement for skipping the first tutorial? What first-time player would even think to do that? At number 2 today, work complete in NBA 2K18. Now, if you play a lot of sports games, you probably have noticed that a lot of them have ridiculously hard achievements that basically require you to quit your entire life in order to unlock them. Perhaps the hardest sports game achievement is work complete in NBA 2K18. In order to unlock this one, you had to complete all checklist goals in My Team. Sounds easy, right? Go down the list and do everything. Well, that's where you're wrong. The list of things you have to do is extremely long and incredibly time-consuming. You have to finish hundreds of games just to check some things off the list, and after 2 years, only 0.01 of players have unlocked it. And at number 1, Lasso Master in Halo, the Master Chief Collection. It's stupid. Now, for those who don't play Halo, Lasso stands for Legendary All Skulls On. So you have to play on the hardest difficulty with every single modifier turned on, which makes the game even harder. Now, in order to get the Lasso Master, well, you have to complete all 4 campaigns while playing in Lasso mode. Now, you don't have to do Reach or ODST, but come on. Halo 1, 2, 3, and 4 on Lasso, and then you only get a 50 gamer score? Nah. According to True Achievements, only 0.02% of Master Chief Collection players have done this, and I don't think that number is going to go much higher. I mean, have you tried Halo 2 on Lasso? That alone is a ridiculous feat, so have fun doing the other 3 and not hating Halo completely. And there you have it. Those are some impossible achievements that technically some of them you can unlock, but you probably won't. If you guys enjoyed, drop a like, and I'll see you soon.